Hi, everybody. This is my three reviews, and the first one that we are going to review is River Blue. All right, 60 seconds.
Hello, can I get a medium hot French vanilla latte, please?
Okay, so the first thing I have is you you have no audio in your very first clip at all. Like doors not opening, there's no sound whatsoever. So I don't know if you meant to do that or if you're gonna like put sounds back in later, but I would not suggest taking all of the sound out if that's what you did. I would not suggest taking all of the sound out right now because you want that to sound like a coffee shop since you're doing a commercial. I would leave some of the background noise in, but you can bring it down further, and then that will make it feel realistic. But then you can still have a good balance of you have this soundtrack that you want in here, but you have these sounds that are coming from this anyway. Um, this is a nice shot. I don't Stuff doesn't want to work. Hang on. I'm so sorry, everybody. Okay. This. There we go. We can do that. Okay. So there was that. Okay, again, you don't have any sound. I should be hearing this espresso, whatever it is being made. There's no sound whatsoever.
Here you are. Thank you very much. Here you are. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I think what you did is you purposely took sound out, or did you film it without it picking everything up? Because you should have some sound in there. So that's gonna be a big critique on this then is you don't you don't have sound in some of this, and there's got to be sound. Like I need to be able to hear coffees being made, people talking. Like I want it to sound like a coffee shop. It sounds like it's just completely empty and it doesn't feel real.
Need a break.
Okay. And then when he's talking here in a second, when she gives him this, it's so raspy and it's
Sure. Thank you very much.
you
Need a break from the cold?
okay, so right there, that voiceover is okay. That's some really good audio, but you still have no other sound and
Stop into Mascari, where our drinks warm your soul.
okay, so that was it. Okay, so first off, I think that this shot could go in the very beginning. I think you need a good like establishing shot of this coffee shop from probably the outside. Then come inside, start showing, oh, we have these products. Oh, we make this. We do this. Then show the guy ordering, show him getting his order in a timely fashion and the waitress being, really nice and everything. And then your timing's a little off, so you've got to speed up when you're talking and you need to sound very happy and like come on in today, guys, and we've got the best coffee around and you guys are going to want this. Like you got to sell it. You're not selling yourself. You literally, whoever's doing your voiceover for this, they sound so monotone. I literally don't want coffee from this place. And I'm a very big coffee drinker. So for me, the reason this is why I picked yours is because when I realized you were doing it on a coffee place, I was like, yeah. But right now, the monotoneness, the slow timing, and Like that alone, if that stays that way and you don't add anything, I would not watch this commercial as a person. Just being honest. I know there's things you can do to doctor it up. I'm not saying it's like really bad, but I'm just saying someone who's a coffee drinker, big time, like coffee connoisseur, this would not cut it for me. Um, I would definitely, if I were you, I would put this shot towards the beginning. I would open up with a good shot of the actual front of the coffee shop, looking all like cute and everything. And then I would go to inside with this shot. I would go to a menu shot. Then I would show the guy saying, "Hey, I want to order this off your menu." And then show it being made. Do everything in the steps that it would be done when somebody comes in, if you understand what I mean. So someone comes from outside into your shop, they're going to look at all your products, they're going to look at your menu, they're going to order, and then you're going to give them what they order. Then you come in with, "Come on down to today, guys, to get your coffee," or make a slogan, or if they have a slogan or something, say their slogan. I've heard of some funny coffee slogans before, and maybe they would like to use it if you came up with one for them and put it in here. So there you go. Um, I you have a lot of work on that one to do though.
Here you are. Thank you very much.
Okay, so this is your 30 second. And
Morning. How are you today?
good, how are you?
Good.
Good.
Morning. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Good. Okay. Again, same problems as your first one. I don't hear this coffee being made. I the voices are kind of raspy in the beginning, and like you have like the extra noise and stuff back in there. Like you're gonna have to work on that audio between those two a lot. Also, I would say there needs to be more dialogue. They seem very awkward together and like they don't really want to be there. So if there's a way you could reshoot that and probably put some more dialogue to it, like they need to talk more. They really seem very uncomfortable with each other in that shot. This shot, I like it. I like your framing. You have some really good shot framing for the most part. Um, but again, I'm not hearing coffee being made. I'm not hearing any normal sounds. And I wouldn't think you'd want all of the work of having to put that back in separately when it was already there. So I'm not quite sure what's going on. I don't know if you meant that, but you don't have audio where I feel like you really need some audio. This needs to be realistic. And if you don't put that in there, it's not going to be realistic at all.
Crave a coffee pick me up or a cool flavored packed energy.
Now, okay, you've got to go faster with this because it is so slow and monotoned. Your timing is just completely off. Like you should be, this is a commercial. Commercials go very fast. So you should be trying to get a lot of information, but not too much in a short amount of time. I'm not even like, I don't know how to describe this, but your timing is way off. Like between this clip and the last one. So start here.
Crave a coffee pick me up
Right there, you should be going into your next one. Like
or a
hurry up and swish
energy boost.
and down. Hurry up and swish down. Maybe even add another drink. What if they have a drink? What if they sell
Stop in at Mascari.
So what if they sell like pastries and stuff? Let's say they're like a Starbucks. They sell pastries, they sell coffee, they sell teas. I understand they're mainly a coffee company, but if they sell other stuff, that's your opportunity to showcase everything they have, everything that they can do. That way, more people know, oh, hey, they're more than just a coffee company. Maybe I don't like coffee. My friend does. My friend can go and get coffee. I can go and get something else. And I know we can go there because you've put that in the commercial and said that. So I would think about redoing that and making it into more of a little montage type of thing. Um, and show more of their products shirts or things that they make. And then again, you've got these two. Just from the little bit I already heard, it's kind of awkward again. I think you need some more dialogue between them. And honestly, what would kind of be cute is if they were like a couple, but they're not kind of acting like a couple. So let's yeah, no audio.
Stop it at Mascari.
The thank you was very grainy. You're gonna have to work on that a lot. Your voiceover, on the other hand, perfect. Spot on. To me, awesome voiceover. Other than it needs to go faster and you need to sound more happy and upbeat.
We're more than coffee.
Okay, so they do have a slogan. So I would be using that in every single one of these.
Customize your drink to energize your day.
Okay, so if they're supposed to be like talking and stuff here, is this a B-roll shot or something? Um, I like the shot, and I like how you have these two kind of bladed towards each other. And you kind of I like the weird stuff. So I think your shot framing is really good because to me it's kind of off, and I like that. So I think that part's good. I think all of your framing's really been very good.
Customize your drink to energize your day.
Okay, so yeah, like back in one of the other ones, you could show all of this right here. You could have like done a cool little walking clip and just walked down across it, and there you go. You have another thing of B-roll to use, and you could have added something in to say about it. Like you got to add more. Uh, in my opinion, you've got a lot of opportunity to add a lot more and to refilm some of this and make this great. The only thing I would say about your shot framing on this is her head is being cut off. So pull it back a little further, get the entire head in there, and then you can still cut her kind of at like the waist table line and still get to see everything in there and not see too much above her. Like you're still going to see pretty much what you're seeing now. You're just going to get her head in there. And it's very don't cut things off. I know none of us like our foreheads, but don't cut things off ever.
Because here, coffee isn't the only way. Mascari, located downtown New Hampton.
Okay. I liked it overall, very good. I think your ending to your 15-second, the dialogue that you do have is very good. I would work on the timing of it. I think you need to go a little faster. I know you're within your time, but I think you just need some more information. You need more information, more dialogue, and I think you could use some more B-roll. And then I think you would be fine. So, the next one we're going to do is Rachel Quinn, and I did take notes for this one. So,
You're not plumbing, how may I help you? We see that all the time? Okay. We'll have a tech out there first thing this morning. They should give you a call shortly when they're on the way. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. I think they got a job, they could, man. Everything is working.
okay. So, a couple of things right now. Around this mark, which I think it's like the 44, yeah, the 44-second mark, 43. You have some extra noise back in the background, um, where people are like talking, and I think you can get that out later, but I just wanted to point that out. There is some extra noise right there, but overall, everything right now so far for me looks good, other than I think the two guys could have had a little bit more dialogue between each other. It was funny. Like I think you could have taken that further. Um, I would like to see a different angle on them. I would also like to see both of them in a very nice uniform. I know for my job we have uniforms. It is if you don't have your uniform on, they will take you off a job immediately. So to me, when you're doing a commercial for something, I would think that you would want to look as professional as possible. And I think this guy right here probably should have been in the uniform that day. I understand it is one of their t-shirts, but just because it's a commercial and to make things look a little more uniform and nice, I would have had him actually be in the uniform. Um, but I understand, I just next time I would kind of think about your costumes a little bit more. Um, just because. But it's overall it's good.
You know that moment when a simple fix turns into a full-blown plumbing nightmare? Yeah, we've seen what your husband fixed. Luckily, Bayfront Plumbing is ready to save the day. Real repairs, real experience.
So right there, you did a different angle on the two guys that were working. I know you can't do it with the FX6, but something to kind of keep in mind for later on. I have a GoPro, and something I would have done since we are allowed to use another camera to get other shots if we need to, is I would have taken my GoPro and I would have tried to set it inside that panel or maybe on top of the panel, somewhere. Sit it somewhere along this wall so you're actually looking out at them from your camera angle. And especially when the guys are talking, like they're saying the whole, well, we'd be out of a job. I think it would be cool if you had their faces like from the panel and you were looking at them as you were saying that. If that makes any sense. That could be something that you could kind of think about, maybe play with between now and the time that we have to upload this again, is see if you can get that shot. It would be cool. I think you just need to kind of, instead of showing their backs, I think you need to show their faces. Like I want to see who's coming into my house to fix my stuff if I'm going to use this company. So I would try to show the guys' faces a little bit more, I think.
We don't take shortcuts, and we won't judge you for yours.
By the way, your voiceover audio is incredible. Amazing. Good job.
Bayfront Plumbing. Honest, reliable service that keeps your home running smoothly. Call us today and let the pros handle it.
Okay. I like how you started and ended it kind of like the same way. Like you see them pulling out to go to work. They come in, they get there, you see their entire job thing, and then them pulling out again. I would say next time, instead of having your camera bladed, so like from this angle, because it was kind of like this, from instead of being this way on the van and getting an angle where all of the writing is angled, I would just do straight on of the side of the van at the very end. And you could even take it where you show the whole van and then you zoom in on the writing and then the guys take off and it moves off camera. So you can do something like that. It just makes it a little different. Still gets the same point across, but you can see that writing a lot better that way.
Another home repair gone creatively wrong. At Bayfront Plumbing, we repair what your husband fixed. Fast, reliable, and we'll even let him take the credit.
So here, your framing overall, as far as like the rule of thirds this way, is really good. I like how you have him over that direction. I would have moved him just a little further, probably this way in the frame, but also you cut his head off. It's the same thing I had in the last video that I said. Um, you cut his head off. So instead of cutting his head off, if you wanted to cut him off at the waist, cut him off at the waist, but then get his head in there. And then, you're not, he's got a whole rest of his head. There's a brain. So make sure you put that in there.
While Bayfront Plumbing will send
I liked that shot of the sign, but I wish it was straight on. This right here, really good. I love their sign. It looks really cool. I wish you would have been a little more straight on with it and had it in the frame a little better on that one.
Call Bayfront Plumbing. We'll set things right the first time.
Okay, so that was all three of yours. Rachel, I don't have a whole lot. I think that you probably could have just, especially the first one, your 60 second, make that, put some more audio in there, put something else funny. Like that was good. You're a funny person. You're good. Okay, so next one. This is Matthew Williams. And this is his 60 second.
Barbecue, located at 906 Drive, Township, Jersey.
Okay. First off, you have a lot of background noise from cars and being right by the road. And I understand that for like this shot, but while we're on this shot, you cut the bottom of the pole off and you've also cut part of the trailer off, and I see more of the road. So I would frame it a little more center on his spot right there with his trailer and everything. I would frame it right there a little bit better. I think it's also underexposed. So I think you probably would want to work on that. Coming up is some better exposure, your lighting and everything. I understand it's outside. Um, Generally it's like what the 5300 range is where you should be. Um, and it looks like it was a cloudy overcast day, so you might want to look at your white balancing and your exposure and stuff later. But I definitely would fix that when you go to do this in Premiere Pro and we start doing the other stuff. I would up your exposure quite a bit on this one. All right, and I have headphones on. I can barely hear him right there because of all the extra background noise. So either you could do a voiceover with it, you could try to fix it, or reshoot it, and instead of him being at the road for like this shot right here, let's say you have him saying this stuff, go up to him, get an up close on his face or like where you're at right now, but in a quiet location, make it look the same, and then film it so you have all of your audio already filmed, already quiet. And then if you need it to either piece into it, or if you have to have just all voiceover because your audio is so bad, then you have it and you don't have this problem. Because right now, I couldn't hear what he just said. I have no idea. Coming in. Okay. There's a car in the background. I can't hardly hear him, bro. You're gonna have to. Okay, so I like the shots you have right there where he's cooking. That's really good. That's a really good shot. So I like this one. That shot right there, that is great. That is great. I love that. Making me hungry. Okay. You're kind of wiggling a lot. I don't I don't know if you used your tripod for this, but when you have kind of like something stationary like this, make sure you use your tripod because your movement, so like I'll sit here and do it. So like if I sit here and I'm like this, that's not fun. Like you don't like to look at that. I know yours isn't that bad, but things still move, and some people that kind of bugs them, and I'm one of those. It bugs me a lot. So because it's just get some of those bunkies. I like it. Get some of those bunkies. So your close-up shots, I just want to say real quick, your close-up shots of the meat and him cooking and everything, and even the ones where he's actually like standing in front and talking, I like those. I just think that you really need to try to work hard to get rid of this background noise.
That's what they both said.
So like you've got him talking with background noise and plus there's cars and stuff here. I like the cars in the shot. I like seeing them. I just don't want to hear them.
Now, okay, with nothing but love. If we go down, get some this little bumps, man. Those some things right on up. That's some bulky reds right there, man. Trying to tell you people. Better come get them.
I like him. He's adorable. Okay, so again, this shot, you need your exposure up more. Because it's just too dark. I also think your framing could have been a little better. It looks like you're kind of bladed. So I would, instead of being bladed, I would have just done straight on at this, or you could have done it from the side. So either side, you could have either gone to the front of the trailer and then looked down the trailer on the side of it and caught the customers, or you could have done it another cool way and gone to the back of the trailer and caught them up the other way. So that way you get to see like all the smoker and everything that was sitting up front. You would get to see that from the back as well, plus see cars and things. So you'd get to see a little bit more if you actually did it from the back of the trailer and then looked forward. So I would just say you have some really nice shots. You, for the most part, have some really good shot framing. You have a lot of work on audio that you need to do. And some of your shot framing, I think I said this already, some of your shot framing needs work. But I would just take some different angles, different shots. Something cool would be if you could have gotten a ladder, been on top of the trailer, and looked down at people. So there's some other ideas that you could do to get some cool shots. You'd still be, safe and everything. It wouldn't be, it's not bad. You can still do it within our guidelines, but I think you could get some different shot angles and perfect. So. But that was it for today. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I gave you some good feedback. And whoever comments online, thank you.